For the very first time in Antler Sports Network history, we're in H-Town not for football with the North American Stallions, but for SWAC baseball. It's a tale as old as sport itself, a good old-fashioned rivalry for Sunday matinee baseball. It's Texas Southern and Prairie View A&M in a all-Houston matchup with me, Jared Jones is our executive producer, and Houston native Justin Jackson. Justin, you have a history. Every time you're on the Antler Sports Network, you're on the ones and twos with us. It's destined to be a fantastic game. We've had a lot of fantastic broadcasts. This is shaping up to be yet another amazing matchup.
Yes, sir. Since 1998, I've been watching these two teams go at it in every single sport. I was here for the game on yesterday, and I will tell you, Prairie View exemplified the clutch gene. Down by 4 runs, came up with a big grand slam to win and take away the win 8-6 on yesterday.
Here on an early Sunday, good to see there's a good amount of fans on both sides showing up here on a very early day. Some folks getting out of church, so it's good to see that even this big of a crowd and even still some more fans leaking in. But let's go ahead and get you set with our starting lineups. First, for the hosting PVAMU Panthers out in the field, presented by Circle M Crawfish in Big Sandy, Texas. Doing the pitching is going to be Mr. Allen. Allen on the hill, currently getting ready on the left side, or at least our left side of the bump. His battery mate is going to be the catcher, Paul Castro. Throws right, bats right, the senior, donning the number 4. First base is going to be Jonas Davila at second. Allen at short, Ibarra at third. The outfield, Burgos, number 18 at the left field spot. Wise in center, and Smith out at right. Norris, donning the number 24, will be DHing today. And Justin, you brought up that clutch gene. It's fair to say that clutch gene is definitely going to come in handy, whether you're in the field for Prairie View or they're batting. Same thing with Texas Southern, a team that you're very familiar with. The second time you played in definitely less than 72 hours, so you're pretty familiar with one another. And, of course, it's a rivalry game. There's going to be some bad blood.
Yes, sir. And not just the second time. This is actually the third time in 3 days.
So fair to say both of these ball clubs very familiar with each other. You see the batting order for Texas Southern. Jordan Vidato, the outfielder, senior, stepping in to lead things off for Texas Southern in the all-great tops and bottoms. First pitch, the kick in the deal. Went for a bunt just outside for ball 1. And we have our first pitch of the day. Right at about 1:07. Initial first pitch was listed at 1 o'clock, so still pretty much on time. Second pitch is chopped foul to even the count at 1-1.
Looks like Vidato's starting off with this cutter to try to get this guy leaning, reaching out. And then he came right back with an overhand four-seam pitch that tailed, actually.
Here's the 1-1. Check swung well outside for ball 2. Their pitch is skied high. Back foul right on top of us here, the press box at Tankersley Field. Renovations made in 2013, named after longtime Prairie View A&M head coach John Tankersley, who had 2 long stints here at PV. And Justin, you have a pretty nice story.
Yes, sir. Coach Tankersley brought me, pretty much helped save the scholarship half. I came down as a future thinking golf player that wanted to double in baseball. Had to jump in the band to save my scholarship dollars, and Coach Tankersley put me as a red shirt and gave me a couple extra to put me over the top.
Here's Allen, the 2-2, the 3-2 just outside. Tried to buckle him there right at the knees for ball 4. And that will put a runner on first to get things going for TSU.
Now, Allen has a lot of movement in his fastballs. He likes to throw cutters. He likes to throw four-seamers. It looked like he kind of got away from that, throwing a little off-speed pitch that kind of floated out inside on this last pitch.
Now with a runner on first stepping in is C.J. Castillo, the righty infielder, also a right-handed pitcher, the senior for this Tiger team. Allen checks to first. Not in time.
Now he's got to make sure he keeps that runner on safety, because TSU is very known for the bunt and run play. They like to move their runners. They will hug the inside to try to take the plate away from the pitcher to get a good bunt.
Allen takes a glance, fires again. Second time, no dice yet again. Marshall Jones, the senior first baseman, looking to try to keep Vidato in check. Allen checks again. Corrals, check again, and third time, not the charm.
Not at all. But I will tell you this, he's got a really good pickoff move for a right-hander stepping around to throw to first base.
Definitely so. Could we see a possible 4th? Gives another look. Hand out and ready is Jones. The kick, the deal, showed bunt. Inside, ball gets bobbled, but still a strike nonetheless. And now it's 0-1 to the senior.
That's that cutter fastball. It's telling to the outside, and these batters aren't seeing it till the last minute.
Umpire calling time. Our umpires for today calling the balls and strikes going to be Steve Pullbrook. First base ump is Chris Booker. Eric Davis, the third base umpire. Chris Booker speaking to the Texas Southern dugout. And we see.
Now we have another bench warning. This has been the same umpire from yesterday. He is very much watching the decorum as well as the field, his job, but he loves to make sure that the noise talking comes to a minimum. So it looks like he's giving the team bench warning almost as if we were at soccer or basketball.
Hit skipper for TSU, Michael Robertson, showing his dismay as he trotted his way back to his Tiger dugout. Pullbrooks gives a couple of extra camaraderies and tidings, clips the mask back on, and looks like we're back to playing some baseball here. Count is 0-1. Pitch clock has started. Vidado, a nice little lead out at first. Allen, the kick and the deal, outside, and that'll even the count at 1-1.
The one thing about NCAA is this pitch clock is going down. So we won't be seeing too many pickoff attempts. But it does look like Allen likes to get all the way down to about 6 to 8 seconds before he throws.
He was at 4 seconds, let that one fly. Comebacker straight to him. Gets back to first and gets him for 2. How about that?
Great reaction from your pitcher, and you talking about heads up, or in what is overused in today's sports broadcasting, the presence of mind to turn and make the good throw to first base.
Very Maddox-esque on the reaction time. The long 2 at-bats and was able to get 2 outs out of it. Don't think PV will complain too much about that result. 2 gone. First pitch is taken by Jason Lazo, the redshirt sophomore. Bats lefty, throws righty, member of the TSU infield. His back foot is right on the back of the batter's box. Second pitch is in the dirt. That'll make things 2-0.
It almost looked like a palm ball, this off-speed pitch he's throwing. It's falling right as it gets to the plate.
The line, the fire on the 2-0. Outside again, right into that corner. And that'll bring up ball 3.
Allen's really whipping the cutter straight through, and I'm telling you, it's telling to the right-hand side. Okay, thank you. We just got a great announcement from the Prairie View A&M SID, Ms. Thurston, to remind us that live stats are online. So for our home viewers, go ahead and travel to the website, click on the button, and you will be able to see the live stats right there as you will along with us.
That last pitch resulted in ball 4, and that'll put a man once again at first. Quick pitch is a line drive, and he's immediately caught. Jaden Jones got plenty on it, but the second baseman right on time. Davila, great reaction. That'll do it. We're still scoreless. Wow. Well, that was an interesting inning for TSU and Prairie View and company. A lot of mental battling going on. And after our first half inning, no runs, still scoreless. Back in 1 minute from the ASN family of platforms. This is college baseball.
In 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
At Prairie View A&M University, we've been igniting passion in students for more than 140 years. It's about inspiration. It's about global influence. It's about self-expression and individuality. It's about trailblazing a path of excellence. It's about engaging in the greater community. Above all, it's about helping you realize your dreams. Ignite your passion. Experience Prairie View A&M University.
Texas Southern coming out to pitch now after having runners on first twice in that inning. One off of a comebacker, another one resulting in a fantastic comebacker catch for BVAMU for Texas Southern. Here's their fielding of this inning. Pitching is going to be Castro. Goudreau rounds out the battery, donning the number 32. Castillo, Trejo, Martin, and Jones, the infield. Burns in left, Vidado in center. Man, almost got picked off. Attempted 3 times by Allen and ended up getting out later in the inning. On the hill for Texas Southern is Josiah Castro. His first pitch is inside for strike 1. Quick work, Castro kicks and fires outside corner. Oh, not too sure there. Looked like it was a ball, at least from this point of view. And yes, it will be ball 1, evening the count. Third pitch of the at-bat. Line drive to second. Easy put out to first. Catch in by Castillo for out number 1. Stepping into bat after the ground out on the opening AB for Prairie View A&M. Going to be Wise into bat. First pitch inside right at the ankles for ball 1. Second pitch in there for strike 1, evening the count at 1-1. Nudge that outside corner. Was just inside enough for Steve Pullbrook to give the signal. Even count, 10 seconds remaining on the pitch clock. The line, the kick, and the deal. Bottom corner for ball 2. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. First strike 2, and that'll even the count. Crowding the plate for the 2-2. Swing, line drive. This time it'll be to short. Cross the diamond, and the putout is there for out number 2. 2 quick outs here for Prairie View A&M at the dish. And now looking to try to get things going. Michael Burrows steps into the box. The righty. Burrows, the sophomore, playing in the outfield. Bats and throws right.
Looked like Burns just kind of threw his hands out there almost as if it was a check swing.
Castro, first pitch. Called outside for ball number 1.
So Burris likes to hug the plate. That's one of his almost trademarks at this point.
Takes that second pitch, this time inside, hugging the corner again for strike 1, even things up at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, low in the dirt. Brought up by Burrows, was crowding that plate. His front toe at left to right on the lining of the batter's box. Check swing didn't go, and that'll bring up 3-1. Once again, another deep count for the Prairie View A&M batters. But as you can see, with 2 outs, haven't been able to get any runners on base to try to capitalize on these deep counts. This one's cracked, and it falls into the gap in left center. Could be extra bases. Turn in the corner, and a stand-up double for Burrows, right on schedule.
Right on schedule. It looked like Burrows was waiting on that changeup pitch, and that is what he got and delivered it to left center.
Now with a runner in scoring position. Marshall Jones will be stepping in.
Correction. First baseman, number 26, Marshall Jones.
That's our first hit of the contest for either team, and it's probably the easily most important hit already. If Prairie View can find a way to get that run across early on, could definitely set them up for the rest of this contest. Castro now, check second. Swing and a miss, big chop. Jonas not getting much on that one. Looks over to his third base coach and hand on the chest. My bad. Now down early in the count, 0-1.
Jonas loves to swing for the fences, but sometimes he leaks his head out of that box and he doesn't see the ball.
That one's chopped to third. Can't get a complete. Gets the running signal to get home. And Prairie View A&M will get on the board first with an opening run and a signal for a single RBI for Jonas. How about that? Third baseman, a little bit too much heat on it. Jaden Jones, the senior, over at third, not able to corral it. Third base coach gave the signal to keep him rolling, and PVAMU hits the board first.
Sending a heat-seeking missile to the hot corner, and that thing ate him up. I don't know if they're going to tally that for an error or if that's a base hit. The ball is hit so hard.
I'm not too sure.
Looks like they gave him an error on that play. Sorry, third baseman number 5. Sorry, brother. It's your fault. But we are on base. Now let's go Prairie View. Let's get this guy home.
On first base is Jonas. Got picked off earlier. Big swing and a miss now from Tyron North, the junior outfielder. Castro. Quick release. In right of the bread basket for a strike.
If whoever is doing it in the box, I could try to follow them.
That's strike 2.
I thought it was a hit because it took a hop.
Now for PVAMU. Castro, the payoff pitch outside. Catcher immediately pops up and checks to first. Nobody home.
It's one thing when the ball comes to that makes you reach over to your hand side to grab the ball and you're looking down the first baseline. It's hard not to throw it down there, especially when you got a lazy runner.
Pretty solid lead over at first. This one is chopped foul. Almost sent that one into the football stadium. Almost turned the baseball into a football.
Yes, sir. And that's how you fight off them outside pitches. You send it where the pitcher puts it on the outside. You send it down the line.
Castro, the payoff pitch. Into the dirt, blocking it and rolling right in front of Jose Villalobos, the sophomore. Listed as a utility guy, but is behind the dish in the battery with Castro today. That evens the count at 2-2. 2 gone, runner at first. Ball is low once more. Villalobos will block it again. And now counts filled up. Very important pitch here. Man on first. 2 hits already in this one. 1 resulting in an error. Pitch clock at 10. Even just a little bit of contact could possibly get things going on the base paths for the Panthers. Runner goes, strike 3, and that will do it. How about that? Castro, minimal damage, does give up a run, but has an error. After 1, Prairie View gets onto the board first from the Antler Sports Network family platforms. This is college baseball.
On behalf of our faculty, staff, students, and alumni, welcome to the Texas Southern University, the heart and soul of Houston. Go Tigers!
Founded in 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
Top of the second, just moments away. Jared Jones, Justin Jackson here with you on ASN2 for this presentation of college baseball. Justin, it's been a story of long at-bats and getting it done in the later counts for both of these teams at the dish hitting.
Yes, sir. Castro got us out of that inning with a couple of overhand rights. It looked like location was his thing. Tempting them to swing for something on the outside and then bringing it back to the inside.
First pitch of the inning. Foul, straight back.
Foul ball.
Nin Burns the second, the senior righty outfielder, chopping things off to begin the second. Allen, pitch right down the middle. Right in the breadbasket, swinging a chop for 0-2.
It's something about this age group that's in the water to take big cuts without seeing the ball.
Payoff pitch is low. And Burns will live to see yet another pitch. 1-2 the count. Allen seems like he's slowly but surely getting things out quicker. He was deep into the pitch clock, now throwing it at 10 seconds. He was pitching it at 5 and 4 seconds at one point, even without runners on base.
There had to have been an adjustment made. And I'll tell you what, when Allen works fast, he's actually more of an accurate pitcher.
The 2-2. Ground ball, does it get through? It's stabbed, throw across the diamond, not in time. Gets the first baseman off the bag, and that will be another base runner and a hit for Texas Southern.
Got to give Wise a good handout for that. He made it to the play. That ball could have been extended to two bases. He got there, he made the stop, and actually made it a pretty good throw. But that is a lot of speed over there on that Texas Southern side, and In Burns is one of the fastest guys in this conference.
Another thing I want to point out, Burns took a quick glance over at third to see if he could possibly turn two and turn it into extra bases. That's just the little bitty things that a good base runner has to have. Now Allen going back to work, runner on first, no one out. Confirms the sign, showing bunt is Nasir Frederick. Can't corral it, and that will be that would be 1-0.
You know, I played catcher. Trying to catch a cutter sometimes really gets to you because the ball moves so late.
Preston Allen, the 1-0 pitch, showing bunt again outside. Ball 2 to Frederick.
Allen is really digging into his cutter ball, and I'm liking the way he's starting to control it. It's starting over the plate, and then it fades out.
Well, in the college game, we're seeing more and more players have the cutter be their primary fastball other than the four-seamer, as that one lets loose and outside. Now 3-0. Frederick deep in the count, 10 seconds on the pitch clock. Allen confirms the sign, lets out an exhale. Kicking the deal just on the inside corner for a strike.
Now, you can't go up there shopping with SWAC umpires. They catch you trying to take too many pitches. They will call anything close.
The 3-1. High fly ball, straight back. Catcher at the wall looking, almost hauled it in, crashes into the padding right in front of the TSU dugout. Talk about hustle. He looked like he tracked it down pretty much the entire way there, just not able to hold it in.
He definitely tracked it down very well. I think he just needed one more step and where that pad was. That one step would have made the difference.
Definitely would have made the difference here, but now that gets Allen into a full count.
And realistically, Allen is all over the batter right now. This guy is fooled. He doesn't know if it's coming inside. He doesn't know if he's going to throw that four-seamer. He doesn't know if he's going to throw the changeup. He's really out here guessing.
Allen checks over at first. Confirms a sign. Ball is low, and that will put runners on first and second. Nobody gone. Stepping in is going to be Shannon Martin, the sophomore righty, playing shortstop today.
Looks like Allen tried to muscle over his changeup, and it just dropped. The bottom just fell out of the pitch.
Typically, we've already seen Allen get to that changeup as kind of his finishing pitch, especially deep within counts. Bunt showed, gets down in a roller foul.
Now that is a smart third baseman. Ybarra waited till the ball came out of bounds, picked it up. So now the runners have to go back. Fresh new pitch. Way to play smart. If he tried to play that, there's been a good opportunity that we'd be looking at bases loaded right now.
Easily. And one thing about Allen that we've already seen, he's been able to get out of jams relatively easily so far today. Hasn't been afraid to get deep within a count and try to sit a batter down with that changeup that we alluded to earlier. Now this is probably his deepest situation yet. Looking at 0-1, no one out. A little bit of chaos ball over at second. Allen. The pitch showing bunt again. This time is going to stay fair. Allen tracks it down, throw it to first. No other plays. And that sacrifice will move the runners over and give us our first out of the inning. So now you give up the out early in the inning. Runners threatening on second and third, and a great opportunity for Michael Godot, the utility righty senior, stepping in to bat.
Trademark TSU ball. Get someone on base. Bunt them over to move the runners.
Good old-fashioned chaos ball, as some folks would call it. Two runners threatening. Allen looking to get out of a jam. Lets out a sigh. Kicks and fires. Low corner outside for ball one.
Seemed like his follow-through with the extra kick is bringing him down to the right-hand side of the mound, which is where all of his balls are trailing. As we get a little wind gust.
That second pitch is high, really high. As the ump calls time, and it looks like a quick mound meeting. Definitely can understand. Batters count 2-0, runners on second and third. Very pivotal point here in this early going of this game. Want to make sure your pitch is all right, or maybe even talk about a fantasy football trade or two.
Well, this looked like a communication situation. The catcher was set up on the inside for something maybe low, and the ball tailed and floated straight up down the middle and was a little high in the home run zone, if you will.
Allen, the 2-0. Outside yet again, ball three. And now this is where the mind games truly start to settle in for Godot. Godot crowding that plate, low stance, looking at 3 balls and no strikes, 1 gone, runner on second and third, outside for ball 4. And now the Tigers load a baked potato with only 1 out. And now if you're Allen, you might want to take a bit of a second to collect yourself and get out of this inning. It's not impossible, but it's definitely going to be a tall mountain to climb.
Well, Coach wasn't fixing to let him try to handle this himself. He's coming out, giving him some words of advice, it looks like. Allen just really needs to calm back down. You know, when you get 2 guys on base and you give up that first run, it gets to your brain a little bit. He hasn't given up the run yet, but the pressure's on.
Pressure definitely is on, especially with, Justin, as you mentioned, the speed that TSU has on the base pass. We've already seen them cause chaos. With that last at-bat runner on second and third, second base runner was almost halfway up the line, well out of the infield, quote-unquote, dirt, the purple infield dirt with my air quotations here at the ballpark today.
Still wondering how it feels to slide on that. But we do know that today's soccer players are dealing with that on a daily basis.
Definitely so. As now it looks like it's going to be Jonathan Trejo, the freshman infielder, with an opportunity to drive at least something home. Now looks like head umpire, home plate umpire Steve Pulbrook, speaking to the Prairie View head coach, giving a couple of words.
Letting him know that also goes into the second visit.
That first pitch of the at-bat, low and in for strike 1.
On Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I had to repost the link because we're using a different channel today. Gotcha. Yes.
Big situation here for Allen. Bases full. Great start, 0-1. This one is low. Now even the count at 1-1. Now we're seeing Allen get back to letting the ball fly deep within those pitch counts. And honestly, I could 100% expect that. You want to take your time, take every second that you can, especially with a ticking time bomb with the TSU speed on all 3 bases. The 1-1. Outside for ball 2.
Now he's trying to aim the ball. You know how it is when we start throwing our best and over-muscling and we get out of our normal technique to try to place the ball where it needs to go.
Big pitch here. 5 seconds on the pitch clock. The 2-1. Swing. Looked like he tried to check, but definitely did break the plane. And a big pitch there. Even things up at 2-2 with 1 gone.
To steal our commentators from yesterday, he hit him with the high cheese.
High cheddar. High cheddar could be the key here. 3 seconds. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive is right up the middle, and that'll drive in at least 1 run. Center fielder gets it in quickly. And minimal damage, but still a run scored. Bases will remain loaded, and TSU gets on the board to tie things up. Both teams now sitting at 2 hits apiece. Jordan Vidado will step back into the batter's box. Vidado batting .300. Had a walk earlier in this game. Allen, the opening pitch. High fly ball. Third baseman waving everyone off, and instead it'll be the shortstop, number 2, Lee Allen, who will bring the ball in. And now with 2 gone, Allen just 3 strikes away from getting out of an inning that has already seen a run and the bases still loaded.
Looked like the last batter was trying to make himself a superstar all in one swing. I think he was feeling like he wanted to put it over the fence for that grand slam.
I mean, you can't really blame him. Grand slams are arguably the best play in baseball. Now stepping in with the same opportunity is going to be Castillo. Castillo, second at bat today, takes that first pitch in for strike 1.
And I'm so sorry, I have to disagree with best play in baseball is a defensive maneuver we call 24-42, where you got a guy on first and third. They try to steal to get that run. Catcher throws a second throws it back to the catcher to get the guy out at home.
High fly ball, looks like it might be in foul territory. No, it was bobbled. Couldn't haul it in, was Davila. 1 will score. Another at the plate, safe at home. How about that? Not too sure if he was completely safe. It was pretty much a bang-bang collision at the dish. I don't know, Justin. You have more of the baseball insight here. I don't think he was safe. I'm not 100% sure.
It looked out to me. The ball got there. I'm more worried about bobbling the ball in the outfield. It looked like he just got too comfortable. We saw that ball in his glove.
He caught it and dropped it.
So now that will leave a runner on second after the double.
Who caught it and dropped it?
It'll stay in the inning.
I know that.
Stepping back into the box is going to be Lazo. Lazo took the
So everybody
first pitch outside, ball 1.
I had 3.
Allen looking over at second, kicking the deal. Another high fly ball. Same location as the previous play, right fielder. Falling under it, he corrals it, and the putout is made by Michael Smith for out number 3, and that will conclude the half inning. Texas Southern using every bit they can, leaving a runner on second, and that will conclude. 3-1 now is our score from the Antler Sports Network family platforms. This is college baseball.
In 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
Bottom of the second here at Prairie View A&M. 4-1 is our score. Jared Jones, Justin Jackson here with you. In a last half inning that was all TSU, and something that we've talked about pretty much all game long, that Tiger base running.
The speed of the Tigers is just amazing. To get 3 guys to score on a pop fly, that's a rare thing. That's a rare case. Even though it was a drop ball, it's still a rare case.
Benjamin Ibarra stepping in, takes that first pitch and chops strike one.
Yeah, this one should be 4-1.
Ibarra, back heel is right on the edge of the back of the batter's box. Chops this one, foul ball right field.
He's fighting away. I mean, that one came right on the inside, and he still had enough power to push it.
Josiah Castro putting in work on the bump for right now for Texas Southern. Allen and Paul Castro, the rest of the due-up for Prairie View this half inning. Castro winds and deals. Off speed, high. And that'll keep the at-bat alive for PV.
Castro has a really, really, really nice delivery. I hope he can hang in there.
Castro with 2 seconds on the pitch clock.
There it is.
Line drive right up the middle. It's stabbed. Throw to first. Hits the ground, and it is in time. Out number 1. How about that? Now shortstop number 2, Lee Allen, the junior infielder, stepping into bat, averaging .287 this year from the dish.
Another speedster, another SWAC speedster coming to the plate. This is one of those guys that'll lay down a bunt right into your face and be standing on first base before you can even throw the ball over.
Well, it would definitely help Prairie View's offense get going. 2 hits apiece for both teams. Castro, there's the bunt. Catcher gets under it in time for out number 2.
Literally one step from being on base.
Allen had a great jump, great acceleration, getting up the line to first, just not able to get there in time. Now Paul Castro, the senior catcher, will be in to do battle against Castro. How about that?
Castro and Castro, it's a family affair.
First pitch is line. Will it get through the gap in left field? No, it will not. It's stopped by the left fielder. A nice single by the catcher to get a runner on with 2 gone.
He took no time with this. He stepped right up, sat on the pitch he wanted, and sent it out to left center.
Now Castro, what he was hoping would be a 1-2-3 inning, not out of the woods just yet. Stepping into the box is going to be Isaac Davila.
As Prairie View exhibit yesterday, you can't ever count these guys out of the inning. Just because it's 2 outs for these guys, it doesn't mean it. They're still going to swing away.
Castro checks over to first, as Paul Castro is safe at the first base bag. CJ Castillo, the senior infielder / right-handed pitcher, trying to keep Castro at check over at first. Castro collects, winds, and fires in low for ball 1.
Our catcher's still really ready to fire it down to first base, and I'm starting to see that the team isn't worried about his feints. They know he's not going to throw it.
Castro, the 1-0. Outside for ball number 2.
As I said earlier, Castro is a location-style pitcher, so he's trying to play with the minds. He's going to move it to the inside corner. He's going to move it to the outside, and then that's when he hits you with the off-speed pitch.
That one was well outside for ball 2. Bit of a show-me pitch. Thought he was going to bite, but no dice. And now definitely the definition of a batter's count for Davila at 3-0.
It's got to come straight to him. Davila's probably taking here.
But we have seen a lot of chaos in late counts. The payoff pitch just on the corner, painted for strike 1. Definitely a testy pitch to throw there, kind of at the mercy of the home plate umpire. Gives him the nod And now 3-1 with 2 gone. Runner on first. A lot of movement on that, just not enough. That's ball number 4. And now runners will be on first and second, still 2 outs. Now Prairie View with a chance to do some damage, courtesy of number 44, Michael Smith.
Now, as you see right now, the outfielders are backing up Michael Smith, a.k.a. Michael the Big Stick Smith. Now, this dude will send one all the way to Hempstead, Texas, if you will.
Send it to Toll 99, huh?
Yes, sir. They'll be on 1488 looking for this ball.
Castro steps off the bump. Time is called. Now resets. Working from the left side of the rubber today. First pitch of the at-bat is low. Into the dirt for ball 1.
You pull up YouTube.
Comments are off.
We'll see. Because I can't comment.
Ball is second pitch of the at-bat. Swerves in, great movement, but just outside for ball number 2.
Mr. Smith is the leadoff hitter, known for having one of the best eyes on the roster. You're not going to keep throwing too many balls at him and expect him to swing at some bait.
Davila, solid lead at first.
Nobody,
Nobody home, and that's going to be a balk. Yes, it will. And that will advance the runners. Now runners shift to second and third.
Got a silent miscommunication between the pitcher and the first baseman. He was trying to throw that ball over there to get the pick off. First baseman is nowhere near the base, playing his position area.
C.J. Castillo right on the edge of the infield dirt, or where the infield dirt would end and lead into the outfield grass. So that balk will now make this now 3-0 count an opportunity to maybe even work towards tying this game.
That is the opportunity and officially the main goal. 2-out rally is Prairie View is known for.
Umpire calls time. Now it looks like a mound meeting will be held as they'll talk things over. We'll take a break with them. Back in 30 seconds from the ASN family of platforms. This is college baseball.
At Prairie View A&M University, we've been igniting passion in students for more than 140 years. It's about inspiration. It's about global influence. It's about self-expression and individuality. It's about trailblazing a path of excellence. It's about engaging in the greater community. Above all, it's about helping you realize your dreams. Ignite your passion. Experience Prairie View A&M University.
After the meeting, coaches and players disperse, and it seems that we are back and ready to go.
Well, after you walk bases loaded, I think it's time for us to have a conversation. That's the look Coach had on his face. We need to talk about this, sir.
Well, understandably so, especially with the opportunity now is eerily similar to what we saw in the previous half inning for the batting of Texas Southern. Now Prairie View with the exact same opportunity and could possibly tie this game. Castro winds and deals. That one is low. Ball 1.
This actually gives me feelings from yesterday's game. Bases loaded for Prairie View. Great young guy came up and hit a wonderful glam slam, but he got kicked out of the game for flipping the bat.
That's another discussion we can get into in a moment. Garrison Wise in the bat here, just on the outside for strike 1. Now the count evens up at 1 apiece, still 2 gone. Bases now loaded in the bottom of the second.
Sometimes you got to be a little bit better actor. You could tell the take sign was on.
That ground ball straight to the second baseman. Could be a double play ball, and yep, it is, but they only needed 1. Gets the force out, and that will do it. Castillo gets out of a jam. Bases get left loaded. TSU survives. As we conclude the bottom of the second, we head to the third. TSU holds on to their lead. 4-1. Back after this from the ASN family of platforms. This is college baseball.
Tell you, Jared, I miss a good Big Sandy's crab boil.
Well, you can find it at Circle M Crawfish, located in Big Sandy, official restaurant of the Antler Sports Network, and a Texas bucket list location. Online at circlemcrawfish.com. It is crawfish season, so understandably so. A lot of people looking for a great crawfish bowl. I'm not the biggest fan of crawfish, but Justin, I understand you are.
I love some crawfish. I'm also a little bit allergic to shellfish, so just being around it and smelling it sometimes is good enough for me.
Allen still on the hill for Prairie View A&M. Jaden Jones will be stepping into back for Texas Southern. Opening pitch, right on the breadbasket for strike one.
You notice Jones is standing all the way in the back of the batter's box waiting on that moving cutter.
Understandably so. The 0-1 pitch is right on the corner for strike two.
Might start calling Allen the painter because he has been painting these edges of that plate.
Might get an NIL deal from Sharon Williams at the end of this one. The 0-2 pitch. Low into the dirt.
Turned his shoulder over a little bit early. He wanted that. He wanted that breaking ball to work for him.
Oh, for sure, especially with the way Allen's been working it later in the counts. Awkward to see it here early, but as we've seen, at least in this at bat, it's definitely worked for him. The kick in the fire. Low into the dirt once more. That'll even the count at 2-2.
Caught himself with another changeup. For some reason, he keeps trying to muscle that thing over. He just needs to snap his wrist, and he'll get the ball movement that we were looking for.
10 seconds on the pitch clock. Now within the dime seconds. The 2-2 pitch is a ground ball. Third baseman has to come up and corral it. Can't get it all the way, and it'll be safe at first for Jaden Jones.
So one thing about those hanging curveballs, when the bat makes contact, it puts another weird spin on the ball, and sometimes it's hard to grab it as a fielder.
Third baseman just couldn't get it there in time. Well, couldn't corral it quick enough to make the play. Allen now working over with a man on first. Straight back here right in front of us here at the press box for strike one. Thank God for the net.
Now,
how about
everyone
that?
is sitting behind the net still has the feel of dodge. Let me get out of the way of this ball. But, yeah, thank God for the net.
Oh, definitely so. If you have a baseball that's moving at you at the speed of a Corvette on I-45, yeah, you definitely want to move out of the way. Can't really blame them. Showing bunt. Bunt is high, popped up. Allen comes up with the rolling grab for out number one. How about that? The pitcher. Another big-time play on defense.
Great athleticism from your pitcher. The only thing I can say negative about it after being ex-first baseman, dude, I'm cussing you out. My pitcher does not need to get in the way of me making a play on the field. Dude, throw the ball and get out of the way. We need you for the next few innings. But great athleticism from the pitcher.
Reminds you of Jordan Montgomery earlier in the playoffs.
There it is.
So now new signs of life into this inning. Allen, first pitch is look like it might possibly been a high pitch out, but it will be ball one.
Literally gave me silence on that high pitch out. I was imagining something different. That was a meatball he just threw.
The 1-0 is going to be a bunt that gets laid down by Frederick. Allen is there, makes the play at first, but the runner will advance to second now with two gone. However, runner is in scoring position, and if there's one thing we've noticed in this game already, 2 outs means absolutely nothing.
Nothing to either one of these schools. You have enough speed, 2 outs, let me put the ball in play, and you guys find out what we can do with it. That's why I love watching this rivalry in every sport across the SWAC.
Stepping in is Martin. Allen glances over at second. We've already seen a balk due to some chaos ball base running. It's a ground ball straight to the shortstop. Cross the diamond. Throw is in time. And Allen gets out of the jam for out number 3. Prairie View again survives and leaves a runner on second as we head to the bottom of the third. TSU still up 4-1. Back in 1 minute from the ASN family of platforms. This is college baseball.
On behalf of our faculty, staff, students, and alumni, welcome to the Texas Southern University, the heart and soul of Houston. Go Tigers!
Founded in 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
TSU leaving a runner not able to capitalize off the early Prairie View error as we're on the bottom of the third. It's still 4-1. Early game fireworks, but now it seems like both teams are settling in, and we're starting to see a narrative form in this game.
Yes, sir. 2-out rallies. Don't hit to any team shortstop because they're vacuum cleaners on both sides of the ball. These guys are covering some ground.
Burrow stepping back in, his second at-bat of the day. He has a hit, a run. His lone hit was a two-bagger, a standing two-bagger earlier in the inning. Castro on the bump. First pitch of the at-bat. Rolls slowly but surely into the backstop for ball one. Burrow's batting .319, playing left fielder in this afternoon's game. .15 seconds on the pitch clock here. Castro, slow wind, kicks and fires. Low once again into the dirt for ball two.
Seems like the pitch clock goes a lot slower for some reason when TSU is in the field. Maybe Prairie View is giving them a very welcoming home feel, if you will.
Third pitch of the at-bat's a ground ball straight to the shortstop. Throw across the diamond is hauled in for out number one.
That was a very, very good, strong throw. I like the way the third baseman attacked the ball. He didn't wait on it to come to him. You know you're dealing with a lot of speed on the other side. Let me hurry up and get this play over to first base.
Jaden Jones, great job tracking the ball early in the roll. Pick up, strike across the diamond for the first out. Now stepping back into the box for PV, going to be Marshall Jones, the senior. First pitch from Castro's outside, ball one.
Castro kind of let go of his form a little bit. He turned into Hideo Nomo up top. Gave us a little tornado action.
Castro. This one is low. Looks like it might have maybe graced that bottom quarter, but too low, according to home plate umpire Steve Pullbrook. And that'll make things 2 balls, no strikes, 1 gone. Payoff pitch right up the middle, right down Main Street. No appointment to the mayor's office needed, as that single will continue the inning.
Great hit up the middle. It looks like Castro is starting to feel it a little bit. He may be even slightly fatiguing. There was a lot of velocity taken off of that pitch.
Oh, for sure. We'd love to see the exit velocity on that one. It was smoked to the left side of the second base bag, or at least our left side of the second base bag, making that hit number 4 for the Panthers on the afternoon. Now with a runner on first, Castro checks to first. Not in time, as Castillo had to put his outside of his glove and the bottom of his glove in the dirt to corral that one. Notably, Castro has already balked once at trying to check to Castillo at first, but Castillo was well in the infield dirt and wasn't covering the base. That pitch once again low. 1 ball, no strikes with 1 gone. Still a runner on first.
Castro's going to have to step up right now. It's looking like he's getting a little tired. All his balls are barely making it across the plate, and the velocity has dwindled.
Castro fires. Great frame there by the catcher. Gets strike 1.
And he's not known for being a very powerful pitcher. Like I said earlier, he's a location guy. So just relax and do your job. Prairie still might hit you out the park, but you just do your job.
Villalobos frames it yet again inside for strike 2. That's one thing about having a good batter. You have a catcher that understands the way your pitcher throws and where he likes the ball to be placed on certain pitches. Makes things a lot easier, and now turning things around with a 1-2 count. Castro fouled along the right side. And now Tyron Norris will stay alive.
Fighting it off. He's trying to make sure he doesn't look like a gumshoe, if you will. A young detective looking for a hit.
That's a new one. That's Hallmark material.
Thank you.
There.
Thank you very much.
Well, I know what's going to be in my mother's Christmas card coming up this year. The payoff pitch. High and outside. We got another ball.
No. He said it's 2-1.
You know, when you start getting control issues from your location guys, it might be a long day.
Definitely so. I don't see any. Well, I think there's some bullpen movement, maybe so. No, I don't see any bullpen movement for Texas Southern, at least at the moment.
We got a check count on the field. We have 3-2.
It's now all umpires will go to talk things over. And as they do, we'll take a break with them back in 30 seconds on ASN2.
At Prairie View A&M University, we've been igniting passion in students for more than 140 years. It's about inspiration. It's about global influence. It's about self-expression and individuality. It's about trailblazing a path of excellence. It's about engaging in the greater community. Above all, it's about helping you realize your dreams. Ignite your passion. Experience Prairie View A&M University.
After the count gets confirmed, that's a crack line drive into right field. Runner will halt at second, and now will the one-out base hit. How about that? The inning continues for Prairie View A&M. Now stepping in with a runner in scoring position is going to be the third baseman, number 14, Benjamin Ibarra. Prime real estate for Ibarra and company. And this time you can start a rally, not with 2 outs, but with 1.
A one-out rally, yes, sir. And coming to the plate is the guy, one of the most patient hitters out here. So he loves to sit and wait for you to throw a lob, that little breaking pitch over so he can send it back at you. Good opportunity for Prairie View.
Well, if you're going to wait and sit, this is a pretty nice day to do so. Mostly cloudy skies, partly cloudy skies, but a nice 74 degrees after the recent rains that came across the state in the past couple of days. Good to see everything's clear. Pretty good day for some baseball. Castillo checks, quick glance over at second, yet another one. Kicks and deals. This one's cracked and it looks like it'll get into the gap, and it does. It gets down. Center fielder strikes it over. Third base coach giving the run home. 1 run will score. Runner will halt at third, that being Norris. And a 1-run single gets PV back on the board again, making things 4-2.
Just like I was saying, your bar likes to sit and wait for you to mess up and throw a changeup or a breaking pitch. That right there looked like a hanging overhand curve, and he sent it to right center field. Great job from your bar. Way to be patient.
A lot of speed, a lot of EV on that hit from Ibarra. Might need to get a toll tag on that thing. Now stepping in with a runner on third is going to be Lee Allen, the junior infielder, batting righty. Allen 1 at bat today, batting .284 on the season. Castro, the pitch, that high release, Justin, that you brought up yet again, this time resulting in yet another ball.
You always notice when a pitcher starts fatiguing, his release gets higher and he stops bending his back.
He's on page 51.
The 1-0 pitch graces the outside corner, but in for strike 1, or that'll even the count. Batting 11 here.
You can see his form was completely different from the first pitch to the last pitch that he just threw here.
Castro, quick release outside yet again. This time, did it get the good graces of the home plate umpire. Now 2-1.
Still no pitchers, no movement in the bullpen for TSU.
Well, they're going to see how much farther Castro can go. This one's cracked. Well foul.
It's up. Foul ball.
That's the second football stadium baseball we've had today. I'd hate to be practicing right now. Counts even. After the foul ball, 2-2. Runners on the corners. Payoff pitch is right over the shortstop's head, and that'll bring in a run. Runner still going. Going for 3. Sliding. He's got him out at third.
Now, you know, I rarely disagree with umpires. I'm the guy that rarely disagrees with umpires. But I can see his hand grabbing the bag before the tag gets there.
Well, thankfully, we have something to go. Good old-fashioned instant replay as we slow it down here. The throw. I gotta agree with you there, Justin. I think he might have been safe. However, Texas Southern does allow a run, and now it's 4-3 with a runner on second. 2 gone.
You know, anytime you see that tag hit the body, generally the runner got there. Generally, the runner got in safely.
Castro, the pitch. Dueling with Paul Castro. Catcher is there and almost landed directly in the trash can. Would have that been something? Now 0-1 with 2 gone.
Yeah, there's an inside joke with that ball going to the trash coming from a TSU pitcher. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Shouts out to Prairie View A&M University. It is such a beautiful stadium on today's Sunday, Gospel Sunday show.
Matinee
Baseball.
After the foul pitch, it's an all-Castro duel. Foul ball number 2 brings up strike 2.
The ball boys today are getting their soda money's worth, if you will.
You know, their work studies worth, I guess you could say.
For one of them.
0-2 count, 2 gone. Runner still on second after driving in a run at the last at-bat and getting hit number 7. That one ground ball to first or dribbles foul. And Paul Castro will stay alive.
Staying alive and fighting. And down for the fight, too. Another patient batter. If he sees anything close to the outside of the plate, he's going to send it foul. Very relaxed batter, too.
Paul Castro, about 3 inches between the edge of his cleat and the edge of the batter's box. Pitcher, Castro fires. High and outside. A little bit of high cheddar. The lactose intolerant there laying off ball 1.
So the catcher was set up on the outside corner, and Castro's failing to hit his mark now. Delivered a meatball again, high and straight down the middle.
Runner goes to third. No throw. No one was covering the bag, and that successful steal will threaten even more. Now a runner on third.
This is starting to be a sign for Texas Southern's lack of communication on the defensive side. Neither one of the corner players are ready to cover the bag for the runner.
The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Off-speed pitch. Got him ahead of the ball a little bit.
2-4.
He disguised it very well.
After the strikeout, Panthers threaten. Leave a man on third after a successful steal, but inch closer. It's a 1-1 contest as we head to the 4th. Texas Southern 4, Prairie View 3. From the Antler Sports Network family of platforms, this is college baseball.
In 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
Prairie View A&M slowly but surely clawing their way back into this one. The Panthers here at home in the rubber match between TSU and PVAMU, and SWAC back baseball action on ASN2. Jared Jones and our executive producer, Justin Jackson, a Houston native, with us here. Justin, it's been a pretty great game. A lot of moving parts, specifically in the Tech, at least for me. One thing I would like to point out, the Texas Southern corner infielders resulting in 2 runs in those later innings. Prairie View A&M looking to slowly but surely crawl back, and it will all be on the hands, well, at least in the pitching of their current pitcher, Preston Allen. First pitch of the inning, outside for ball 1.
Well, I'll tell you the differences between these 2 pitchers. Young Mr. Allen seems to be getting stronger as the game is going, and he's speeding up his action, while Castro is waning, if you will. His velocity has left, his control is leaving. So this may come down to pitching.
Allen, the 2-1 pitch. Right on the outside corner, but just too high. Now brings up ball 3. 3-1 the count. Nobody gone. On deck for TSU as ball 4. No! Strike number 2, and that'll leave the count full. Michael Godot, as he trots back to the batter's box, giving the home plate umpire a bit of a nod at, okay.
What we call the oops face.
Allen, the 3-2 pitch. Outside, and this will be ball 4. Now stepping in for TSU with a runner on first is going to be Jonathan Trejo.
The rivalry here between these 2 schools are so strong. I'll even tell you they both have the best 2 SIDs in the SWAC. Crazy.
Bunt shown, gets put down. Allen shoveled to first. Gets at least 1 out, but the runner moves over to second. And that's the bunting that we talked about. We mentioned how not only that TSU likes to bunt early in counts, but they like to show early as well.
They like to show. I mean, they have a pair of brass ones, if you know what I mean. Literally showing you that I'm going to bunt well early into the pitch clock. It's kind of almost an intimidating factor, but what Allen is doing is he's just throwing hard at the bat so the ball bounces back so we can make a quick play.
Jordan Vidado gets it right up the middle, and this could possibly drive in a run. Runner gets the signal from third. Throw is in, and just short sliding home safe. And TSU gets on the board yet again to make it 5-3 off the 1-run single from Vidado.
He hit a crawler out to center field, and center fielder was back so far, the ball turned into molasses by the time he got up to make a play on it.
And now stepping in is going to be C.J. Castillo. Vidado, in his second at-bat of the game, walked his first, this time driving a run. A solid day at the dish for him.
Vidado had been starting the game off hugging the plate. Yes, he stepped off a little bit. Looks like he's got his stance open. He may be trying to pull the ball.
First pitch from Allen. Low corner for ball 1. Runners on first, Vidado, that is. Only 1 out. Castillo, second at bat today, has 1 hit, 3 RBIs, and a double. Everything but the kitchen sink and a side of fries. 5 seconds on the pitch clock. Allen fires, runner goes, and whacked foul.
Allen being very smart with the location. Vidado is here standing with his left foot kind of behind. Usually you see that from a right-hand batter when they want to try to pull the ball, send it to the left field. Allen put the ball on the outside. You're not going to be able to reach that with the way he was set up with his batting stance.
Allen takes a quick glance over at first. First baseman is ready for a possible pick. This one is cracked, looking to get over the second baseman, and it drops. Runner Vidado still going to third. He'll be safe. Castillo halts halfway up the baseline and goes back to first. Now runners on the corners with no one gone. Castillo does it again. Had a fantastic day at the dish.
Yes, sir. Got a lot of, how can we say, HBCU SWAC media celebrities popping up into the crowd right now. See our friends from HBCU Go, who we will be making jealous within the next few years. Guys, you're our competitors. I'm sorry, but it is the truth.
Allen looking to get out of yet another jam here. Runners on the corners, one gone. High pitch, looks like it might have been another high pitch out for ball one to Jason Lazo.
Yeah, it looked like it, but I need the catcher to stay down. I need him to stay down. He had an opportunity to frame that pitch. It was scraping the zone. That could have been a strike.
Paul Castro, Allen's battery mate for today. 5 seconds on the pitch clock. This one is swung. High fly ball. Center fielder tracking back. It gets to the warning track, hits the wall, and takes a bounce. TSU will get at least one run out of this one. Cutoff man is at center, right in front of the second base pad, and that will be a one-run double for TSU.
It was a great pitch by Allen, but sometimes you can sit on these good pitches and you can see it coming ahead of time. Allen had no choice but to put it over the plate, and he left it out there for him. Now, I really don't believe the center fielder gave up on that. It looked like he could have got to that.
He tracked it and had a straight line and eventually made a quick cut to the outside right before he hit the warning track dirt. Ball took a bounce off the wall, and it looks like it'll be yet another mound meeting time for the Prairie View battery.
Pitching coach, Coach Happy, is out there talking now. As we know, I've heard a few of these stern talking tos from my old college when Coach Happy was there at Texas College. He can motivate you. How can we say?
Well, definitely going to need some motivation here as the lead now expands. At one point, Prairie View was definitely in striking distance. Once a one-run ball game, now this thing is blown back up to a multi-run lead. Score sitting at 6-3 as Jaden Jones looks to step in here.
Speaking of the SID crews, former sports information director of Prairie View A&M, now head of marketing at Texas Southern, Mr. Williams just made it into here. Mr. Stephon Williams just rolled on into the game. This rivalry brings out all of the best Houston celebrities. We probably will be seeing Bun B somewhere soon. Stephon Robinson, I'm so sorry. Stephon Robinson. Thank you once again to the best SID here, Miss Thurston.
Allen's first pitch of the at-bat stays fair, and a runner will get to first safely.
Third baseman decided to play peekaboo. He wanted to check on the runner, make sure he wasn't giving up a run. Sometimes you just got to trust the ball. Throw the ball over there. Your first baseman will know what to do.
Benjamin Ibarra came up to the ball, initially took a whip-back turn to third, looked over at first, didn't make a throw. Marshall Jones, the first baseman, was covering the bag, possibly to make a throw back home, but instead the bases will be loaded for TSU yet again, and more importantly, with only one out to work with. Allen, first pitch, high fly ball. This one is deep. Going back, and goodbye, Pelota, home run for TSU. Second grand slam of the series for the Tigers.
It was the second grand slam of the series, ladies and gentlemen. The bats are being used 100%, but you got to understand, you can't throw the ball like that. You can't throw a meatball to certain players. He's already hit you for one deep.
10-3, our current score. As Allen now takes a step back, Castro, quick word to him as he retreats back to the plate.
And our wonderful, how can we? I don't want to call him a babysitter. I don't want to call him a lot of the names that was thrown at him yesterday. But our decor umpire, if you will, is worried about decorum. You can't celebrate with him too much. You can't even tell the other team good job because he wants to say you're talking noise. This guy's out here trying to police again.
First base ump, Chris Booker, speaking to the TSU dugout yet again. Now it looks like the
So we got an official visit from the coach to the mound to talk to Allen, but we also have the referees. Nope, he's calling for the righty.
Looks like we do have a pitching change, and as that change gets made,
Calling for the lefty.
well, how about that? A lefty coming out on the hill for Prairie View as Allen's afternoon is over. As that pitching change gets made, we'll pause for this. From the ASM family at platforms, this is college baseball.
In 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
At Prairie View A&M University, we've been igniting passion in students for more than 140 years. It's about inspiration. It's about global influence. It's about self-expression and individuality. It's about trailblazing a path of excellence. It's about engaging in the greater community. Above all, it's about helping you realize your dreams. Ignite your passion. Experience Prairie View A&M University.
Pitching change being made for Prairie View A&M. The first pitching change for either ball club today. It's going to be Corey Batty, the freshman lefty, who will be getting the nod for now for PV. And Justin, during the break, you checked out something about his mechanics.
Yes, sir. So he's what we call a yanker. He's going to bring the ball at that 45-degree angle, but also the ball, his hand is coming down towards his right knee. So almost like he's pulling. When that ball comes out, it's going to be a lot of fire, but it's also going to have a backspin on it. So it's going to want to fade away from the right-handed batter and into the left-handed batter.
Let's see here. Frederick will be the first one to do battle today. His second at bat, he has a run and a walk as well. Allen finishes with 3.1 innings of work, 9 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned, 5 walks, and a double, 23 batters faced. That first pitch into the dirt for ball one.
And we'll see if he gets a chance to settle down and we really get to see. This is one of your smaller pitchers that throws hard. He throws like a big man almost. But the way his pitching style is, there's going to be a lot of balls that slide to the outside.
Indeed it did. Well outside for ball two.
But with all the right-handers on this roster at TSU, as soon as he throws a curveball just like that, it's going to freeze the batter.
You know, wet wide,
Freeze him in his
nasty
strikes.
off speed, breaking in for strike one. Count now at 2-1. One gone. That one is low, almost a check swing, but definitely didn't go around for ball three. Batty going to work the pitch to Frederick. At the ankles, ball four to get the runner on first.
Just think sometimes about coming into the game right in the middle of the inning. You're still kind of cold. Yeah, you had your bullpen time, but the surface is just slightly different.
At the end of the day, nothing gets you ready for a game-like situation than a game situation.
Yeah, that's true.
As Shannon Martin will step in to bat for TSU. Runner now on first, one gone. Batty winds and fires. Fastball low. Ball one.
He's trying to keep them right there at the knees. I don't think he wants to get too high up into the strike zone.
Batty peeks over to first. Fires that one again low. Another off speed for ball two. Batty takes a couple small steps, fires again, same corner, same result. Ball three.
You definitely know the take signal is on, but what else I have noticed is the run on first base is jumping back towards the base on the pitch. A little bit unlike TSU. They're usually ready to move the runners around, set up a bunt or a hit and run.
That one off speed in for strike one. Batty's trying to march back into this count. He definitely has the velocity to do so and can offset it with a great breaking ball.
Yes, he does, and he took care of that breaking ball, didn't he?
The 3-1.
Put it right in that pocket.
Runner goes. Don't know if Martin might have got clipped, but however, ball four nonetheless.
Yeah, I can't tell if he got hit or not. It was really close in there. But like you said, it was ball four, so runners are moving. Now we have someone on first and second. Look for that bunt down the first baseline from TSU. This is what they've been doing.
Michael Godot is in the bat with that low stance, crowding the plate. That one right on the inside at the thigh. Some fans wanting a strike, and understandably so. That looked like a pretty well-located pitch, although it will result in ball one. It was on first and second. Batty looks at second. High fastball outside for ball two.
And Godot, he's a ball watcher. He's going to get really low and try to make you just pitch to him. He's ready to run off on the third ball. Yesterday, he ran off on the third ball and had a whole argument with the umpire about it being ball four.
That time, ump's giving him the nod for strike one. Doubled back in the same location, exact same pitch. This time, get strike one. The payoff. This time outside to bring up ball three.
Our catcher has to stay down on those pitches. You have to give your pitcher a chance to frame it. The umpire is going to watch you. If you're framing the pitches, he's going to give you a strike.
Steve Pulbrook has given that called strike, that high called strike, gave it earlier to Allen in the first inning. Pitch, ball four. Umpire is calling for time.
Now, you do understand on this campus, Prairie View A&M, we love our freshmen. But being a freshman that actually gets game time in every organization here, including the band, is an important thing. But they will yank you out of your leadership position very quickly. They understand you got some growing to do.
And it looks like that will be the end for Batty as a pitching change will be made. And we'll pause for this. We'll introduce the new pitcher, Texas Southern, still up 10-3. For the ASN family of platforms, this is college baseball.
In 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
Pitching change for Prairie View, the second of the contest. New pitcher in for PV is going to be Devin Aguado, the graduate senior lefty. So back-to-back lefties now for the Panthers in their respective pitching moves that they've made in this game.
Yes, and Devin Aguado is a pretty good pitcher. He sometimes goes sidearm on us every once in a while, but he likes to start off far on the right-hand side of the rubber. That gives him a chance. So if he goes sidearm, he's still hitting the outside portion of the plate. Now, that's a graduate student that's using his head with his talents.
Well, that's what you need. Get some experience on the hill, as it looks like the Prairie View bullpen is still up and moving around. TSU looks like they have a pitcher in the bullpen as well. Stepping into the box to bat is going to be number 55, Jonathan Trejo. Trejo now in his second at-bat of the contest. He has a hit, a run, an RBI. No cheese, extra onions, a side of fries, and a Dr. Pepper to go. Just about filling up the stat sheet so far in this one. Aguado in his first battle, off speed right on the outside edge for strike one.
And he is committed to his His style of pitching is definitely coming sidearm, so this is going to be a good one. This is a good pitching change, I believe, for Prairie View.
Definitely so, especially with someone that's not afraid to try to paint that inside corner with TSU crowding the plate. That one's high for ball one, and that'll even the count.
So this is the section that I'm talking about. The last pitch, did you see how the catcher was already committing to catching the ball and moving? If he had just caught the ball and held his glove there, flicked his wrist down, that would have been a strike. We've seen it already from this umpire.
The 1-1.
There he goes. Now
Just
you're trying to
stops
frame. You can't frame and lean. You got to catch the ball, let your wrist do the framing. If you lean, you can't. The umpire can't see it. He's going to call it a ball.
9 seconds into the pitch clock. The 2-1 pitch, sliding and blocking, resulting in ball 3. We see him still trying to work that inside corner right at the belt to ankle region. Bases are loaded. Exhales, kicks and deals. There's a line drive looking to get into the gap. It will drop for a base hit. That'll drive in a run. The man running on third halted for a moment. 2 runs will score, and it'll be a 1-out, 2-run double for TSU.
Kind of unfortunate for Prairie View in that situation. They did everything that they needed to, but the ball just fell through. Good hitting on the other side for TSU. We should see more velocity coming from the pitcher now that he's kind of found his rhythm.
One thing that we've noticed is that Prairie View's high heat and the corner fastballs that we've seen have been the main put-out pitches, at least not only to get strikeouts, but to induce ground balls that ended up getting out of jams. Bunt gets laid down by Vidado. Catcher will just pocket it. Run will score.
Another traditional TSU way to get runs. Lay the ball down between the catcher, first base, and the pitcher. Now, they got to make a decision on who's going to cover the bag, who's going to get the ball. That situation, the first baseman committed to the bag, but the second baseman didn't slide over.
Looks like infield communication has been a deciding factor for both teams today. Hit number, it's 10 hits total for TSU. Prairie View not too far behind with 7 hits. Now a runner on first and on third.
You know, in youth league today, you get a lot of pitchers that are great at fielding. But the older you get, you gotta get out the way sometimes.
Runner goes, Vidado, throw is not in time. Successful steal by Vidado at second.
There's a little confusion from the fans on that one. They said 3. The catcher was already ready to throw to second base. He took a look over to third, and that kind of made a little bit of the change. He may have gotten the runner out if he didn't hesitate, just went straight to second base.
Aguado deals. Check swing.
He
Called
went.
strike.
Sometimes that's all you need as a pitcher to see a strike go by, you know.
It's like in basketball. Just need a layup to go in or a jump shot to get things going. As the man in the bullpen for Prairie View A&M appears to be the sophomore righty Tyson Carlton. Fouled back by Castillo, ironically into the TSU bullpen. Can't see who's active, but just moments ago there was at least one pitcher warming up, and I believe there still is someone warming up in the Tiger bullpen. Runners on second and third. 1 gone. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Castillo. Line drives into center field. Gets down for a base knock. Could be 2 coming home. Throw it to the mound. No play at home. And that's a 2-run single for TSU. And the scoring continues for the Tigers.
Just before he hit the ball, the batter moved. The batter started off this at bat at the front of the batter's box. Just before that hit, he moved all the way back in the box. He must have saw something or expected something ahead of time, which this was a regular fastball over the outside of the plate. Sat on it and sent it.
Jason Lazo, the DH, will be stepping in, donning the number 6.
We got some of this 290 wind blowing through the campus of Prairie View just now, and it just blew the left side gate wide open. Left fielder went over there and took care of business himself. Having pride for your campus is a big thing.
How about that? One gone, runner on first. Aguado's first pitch to the AB. Outside, ball one.
So we have a nice defensive rotation. Prairie View's expecting this batter to pull the ball. The outfielders have kind of shaded to the right.
Aguado glances to first, kicks and deals. Low, outside for a ball. Interestingly enough, Castillo, this is definitely the smallest lead that he's had on the base paths today. Just about right in the middle of that infield purple turf.
Well, Aguado has one of the best pickoff moves in this region. I won't say the whole SWAC, but definitely out of this area between Texas and Louisiana. Then he's left-handed. Then his left knee indexes. If you know what that means, his left knee points at the catcher no matter what he does. So if you're standing on that base, it looks like he's going home, and he's throwing the ball right at you. That's a scary pickoff move.
That's a high fly ball. Sailing, tracking it is Lee Allen. Allen can't get it, just on the outside of the glove. Castillo gets to second, puts on the brakes. Looks like he was going to turn for third.
You know, with this weird twilight daytime sky that we're having on today's beautiful Sunday afternoon, that ball can get lost when you look up in the air. It's moving, it's white, the clouds are doing something funny, the sun's hiding behind the clouds. This is the third drop we've seen today from defenses between TSU and Prairie View.
Pitching change. Pitching change is going to be made for Prairie View once again, and we'll take it with them. As they make the switch, we'll pause from the ASN family of platforms. This is college baseball on ASN2. After the pitching change, looks like it's going to be Tyson Carlton who will be doing the throwing for Prairie View for the time being.
Big right-hander.
His first pitch of the afternoon is in for strike one.
Man, I know he's right-handed, but that delivery looks like old Texas Ranger Kenny Rogers.
One of the greatest Rangers of all time. Carlton, the 0-1, outside for ball one, and that'll even the count at one apiece. Castillo, much bigger jump at second than he did at first. About 10 paces past the second pace back. Carlton looking over. High pitch yet again. Ball two.
Barely missing the strike zone on that with that one. Barely missing the strike zone.
within the dime seconds of the pitch clock here. At 5. Carlton looking at second. Deals. Check swing. Didn't go around for ball 3.
Man, to the dismay of most fans here inside the booth with us and outside, a lot of people are shaking their heads. Even some TSU fans don't know about that last pitch.
The high cheddar hasn't really been shredding for Prairie View in the early goings of this one. The 3-1 high fly ball. First baseman tracking it down in front of the TSU dugout. Couldn't haul it in. Great effort, however, by Marshall Jones. And that'll make the count full.
This 290 win, I'm telling you, there's so many weird gusts at the last minute. Ball starts moving when it's on its way back down. You kind of want to track the ball and then get under at the last minute when it's so windy.
Kudos to Jones as well as Paul Castro. Gone towards that TSU dugout to try to make a great play on a high fly ball in foul territory. Definitely takes guts, I can tell you that. Full count, runners on its first and second. Dime seconds of the pitch clock. Castillo gets a big lead. Carlton fires on the outside corner. Ball 4. And that will, again, load the bases.
I'm just going to say what everybody here is thinking. Can someone please go to the car and get the glasses for this umpire? He's missed about 4 balls. Now, you can't move your strike zone, Jared. I'm so sorry, man, but his strike zone has just moved. It's just shifted, okay? Earlier today, those strikes right at the belly button, those balls are called strikes. Now they're balls for being too high.
Burns now stepping in for TSU. 4th appearance today. This one is cracked down the left field line, and it gets down. It hits the wall. 1 run will score. 2 will score. And that will be all. Runners advance. Burns slides in for a 1-out 2-bagger stand-up double. And that expands the Tiger lead to 17-3.
You know, Jared, I like to be the guy that uses cross-sport analogies. So when we're talking about great dribblers in the game of basketball, we'll say these guys like to shift people. The last time this hitter was up, he hit dead center, left center. So now they're adjusting. The outfield adjusted to try to get more center field action, and he put it down the line. This guy is moving just like a great point guard would do. He's moving the field, the opposition to his will.
Joseph Villarreal takes a high pitch for ball 1. Big chop there, swing and a miss by Nazir Frederick for strike 1.
Some speed on that pitch, Prairie, some velocity. That guy was so far behind with that swing. Let's see if we can get another one.
More behind than a Student Cup midterm season. Even count 1-1, 1 gone. Runner on second and third. That one once again high for ball number 2.
Well, I complained about the umpire. Now he's found some consistency, so I might have to take it all back.
Might have to go down there and apologize after the game, huh?
That's not happening.
2-1. Right on the corner for strike 2 to even the count back. Now at 2-2.
Pretty pitch. It actually froze the batter for a second.
Carlton gets the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strike 3.
I think he swung just to say he did. He was so far behind. I think the catcher already had the ball by the time he started his swing. Now that's velocity, especially at this level of baseball.
We've seen from pretty much all the Prairie View pitchers today, it's been the off-speed that has been the put-away pitch. Now it seems like Carlton is mixing it up, going with good old-fashioned heat. Now 2 gone. That one's up high for ball 1. Confirms the sign with Castro. Carlton deals. Low corner for ball 2.
I think that was his version of a curveball, which had quite a bit of movement on it, lateral movement, if you will. I know it would have been hard not to swing at that.
Low pitch yet again. That's third ball of the AB. Martin at the dish in his second appearance. Has a run and a walk. This is third batter that Carlton has faced. That one right on the breadbasket for a strike. 3-1. Carlton trying to battle back in this at-bat.
This would be a bad chance to take, because you know Carlton's throwing some heat right here.
The 3-1. Barrel to bat. High fly ball. Right fielder quickly approaching it. Gets under it. Makes the grab to get out of the inning.
I'll give it up to Prairie View. Way to stay in there and not give up, not get emotional. Way to stay in the fight. Now, I know the score is 17-3, but they're not out of it yet.
Definitely not. Still plenty of baseball left to be played. As Justin said, 17-3. Back after this from the ASN family of platforms. This is college baseball.
On behalf of our faculty, staff, students, and alumni, welcome to the Texas Southern University, the heart and soul of Houston. Go Tigers!
Founded in 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
To the bottom of the fourth we go. Texas Southern, Prairie View A&M, Sunday afternoon baseball on ASN2. Happy you could join us. Jared Jones, our executive producer, Justin Jackson, up top here at Tankersley Field. And Justin, what has been an interesting SWAC rivalry affair.
Yes, sir. TSU came in here playing TSU ball, get a guy on the base, let's move him over. A couple of home runs later, we are looking at a 17-3 game. But like I said, if you can score 17, I can score 17. We're not out of it yet. Let's go, PV.
First pitch is in for a strike. Josiah Castro still on the bump. The 0-1 going to work quick. High fly ball in the air. Isaac DeVilla at the track. Center fielder makes the grab for out number one.
Ball was hit well. This 290 wind just started suppressing it back down and keeping it in the park. It's okay. I love seeing Prairie View get a bat on the ball.
Number 44.
Michael Smith, the freshman, and to do battle against Castro. One thing to note, Castro has had a lot of time to rest in between this inning,
which could be detrimental to him. That makes a pitcher get cold sometimes.
Definitely so.
Especially knowing that he was losing his location the last time he was in pitching. So
time is a double-edged sword in this game. Castro kicks and deals outside for a ball.
Now, Smith has made a lot of pitchers fear him because he has a way of still putting the bat on the ball, whether you pitch him inside or out.
Already has a walk in this one. Fouls that one back. Ball glides to the backstop. Now making it 1-2 the count.
Leadoff hitter leading off the inning.
The 1-2 to Smith. Fouled it this time towards the TSU dugout.
See what I'm saying? He tried to burn him up on the inside. Smith still has the hand speed to get the bat around and get a piece of it.
One thing we know about Smith already in this game, the kid can battle.
Yes,
that's
sir.
for sure. Smith sets. Castro turns and fires. Low into the dirt for ball two, and that'll even the count at 2 a pop.
As you said earlier, he already has 2 walks in the game. He's not just going to swing at anything.
No, not at all. He will sit and wait for the pitch that he wants. The payoff. Outside, full count now. 3-2 to Smith.
Young Mr. Castro doing what he was doing last inning, losing his location. Now he's just trying to place the ball wherever he can.
That one hits Smith on the back of the leg, and he'll take his base. And now, Prairie View already getting to a pretty solid start in the inning. Even though one gone, you got a man on first, not to mention you're in Castro's head, at least from our point of view.
Yes, sir.
That rest that we talked about, that being a double-edged sword, that is Exhibit A. He was, as you said, Justin, he was already losing control. That time it could have made things better, but as we've seen, it might have dug himself into a bit of a hole. Prairie View now threatening. Man on first. Castro waves the call. Picks, turns to first, not in time. Stepping into bat now is going to be Garrison Wise, the junior outfielder. Wise, second at-bat of the game. Third at-bat of the game.
Castro's being slightly fooled by the lead of Smith. Smith is so tall, he can afford to step off a little bit farther than normal.
That ball into the dirt for ball one.
Both catchers have been doing a great job keeping the ball in front of them. I'm actually proud as a pass catcher to see the hard work from both of these young men.
Holding down the batteries for their respective teams. The 1-0 from Castro. Low and outside again, ball two.
See, his right hand came up after his follow-through. He was trying to will it to get in over the plate.
And you have to think, if you're Prairie View, do you just take every pitch that you can? That one's just on the inside for a strike. First strike we've seen from Castro in a while.
It's tempting to take every pitch that you can, but when you're down this far and you're a home run hitting team like Prairie View is, you're going to look to try to put it out there.
That one just inside for a strike yet again. 2-2 the count.
The consistency of the strike zone is really intriguing. It's starting to upset me. I'm going to keep my comments to myself on that.
That one is crushed into center, right under it, and then that will be out number two. Throw to first, not in time. Now Smith retreats back safely.
Yeah, Smith is way faster and quicker than TSU is assuming him to be. Another well-hit ball to center field. Just didn't seem like he got a good piece on it. Like he didn't squash the bug with his back foot to turn his hips over to make that ball travel to actually get the power.
Burrow stepping back in. The left fielder, donning the number 18, batting .316 on the year, has a hit and a run in this game as well as a two-bagger. And Castro hits his second batter right on the rear, as now that'll move runners to first and second with two gone. And now it looks like a quick word from Villalobos.
We have two pitchers up in the bullpen for TSU now, and, man, you could tell that hurt. You could tell that hurt.
He's walking past the first base line.
He wanted to walk it off, and he took a pause in his walk-off because he actually felt the pain setting in.
Can't blame him, as Marshall Jones will step in, and now it looks like it'll be a mound meeting for TSU. Don't know if we could get a call to the bullpen, as Castro in this game, he's already pitched 3.2 innings of work. He's given up 7 hits, 3 runs. 3 of them are earned, 2 walks, 2 Ks, and has given up a double. Has faced 21 batters. So even though he's had 3.2 innings of work, he's faced a lot of Panthers in this game. And now, no, looks like we won't get a change. Looks like Castro will stay.
It's just his first official visit, so they'll probably try to give him some time to work himself back into it. But I would not do that against this Prairie View team. They're too good of hitters. Once they got you locked on, they're sending the ball out of there.
And we've seen them put feet on the bases, especially deep within counts in 2-out situations. The 2-out rally was officially coined in around the second inning.
Yes, sir.
And they need that same magic here. Castro glances at second. Kicks and deals. High pitch outside for ball one.
Location. Catcher was set up on the outside plate. Castro's his follow-through was following the ball to the outside of the plate. That thing rised on him.
Jones has already had an RBI in this one. He turns this one deep into left center. Center fielder scaling back, still looking forward, and makes the grab to retire the side. Prairie View threatened. Left 2.
You can see the wind out there, Jarrett. The ball started fading to the left towards the 370 marker, and he caught it right in front of the 405. It's windy out here today, ladies and gentlemen.
Prairie View leaves 2. Can't get him across. Score remains 17-3, TSU ahead. Back in 1 minute on ASN2. Carlton back on the hill for Prairie View, looking to slowly but surely get back into this thing. Texas Southern up here on the road in SWAC baseball. Action on ASN2. Our score 17-3. 12 hits for TSU, 7 for Prairie View, 1 error for the Tigers, 3 for the Panthers. Jared Jones, Justin Jackson, our executive producer, here stepping out of the production booth and into the broadcast booth.
Yes, sir.
Happy to have you with us, Justin, as always.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm always happy for the opportunity to sit next to you and call games. And knowing that I am the weakest broadcaster on the ASN roster, it makes me even more excited to be here and try to do a good job for my guys. And I wanted to take this time to give a great shout out to you and the rest of the ASN team for a wonderful fall season. You guys keep kicking butt this spring.
Want to also thank our head writer, Nick Jordan, and our new KBMM crew out of Deep East, Texas, Mike McCary and Kevin Bowen. Thank you and the rest of the Antler Sports Network crew. That second pitch from Carlson, low, evens the count at 1-1. Carlson winds, fires, right on the outside corner for a strike.
Location, 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 location. The catcher set up low and outside. That's where the ball was delivered. Come on, PV, keep pushing.
Pitch into the dirt, evens it at 2-2. Into the batter's box for Texas Southern, Michael Godot. Godot, 3 runs and 3 walks. So every time he's gotten on base, he has touched them all. Interesting to see how Prairie View handles him here. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. No, foul tip. Think it might have been foul tip.
The thing about Godot is he stands, a good 5'8", but once he's in the batter's box, he's about 3'7". He gets really low, and it shrinks the strike zone.
Carlson looking for the punch out. Castro tried to frame it, but didn't get it, and now the count moves full 3-2.
And no complaints from me with that framing. That was a great frame setup.
On deck for Texas Southern is Trejo. The payoff pitch. Line drive into left, gets down for a base knock. As Godot moves on to first base.
Couldn't believe Godot actually took a swing. We haven't seen him actually swing it too much here today. So
yeah,
good
Godot's
hit.
Been very patient at the dish.
Good hit and way to get the ball back in really fast, guys. Prairie View hopefully can set up this double play if TSU isn't playing TSU ball, and we'll see a bunt.
The second baseman is shortstop playing the double play ball shift. That first pitch is low to Trejo for ball 1. Godot, not a big lead over at first. About a good 3 or 4 steps away from the first base bag. Here's the 1-0. That one into the dirt. Ball 2. On deck for TSU, going to be Jordan Vidado. Vidado arguably has been the MVP in the batter's box for TSU today. Definitely been one of their more explosive hitters in this contest. The 2-0, low, bit too low for ball 3. The 3-0 in there for a strike.
He definitely took his time and concentrated to make sure that pitch came over. He's normally been pitching right about the 9 count on the clock. He let that get all the way down to 3.
Maybe he's being more patient, understandably so. You don't want to get yourself in a jam. The 3-1 popped him up. High fly ball sailing into right. Outfielder corrals it. Godot almost tagged up, but instead will put on the brakes and retreat back after the first out is made.
Yeah, he made a smart decision. You don't try to get too many extra bases against Prairie View. They will beam you, throw you out by far.
Michael Smith had a pretty good jump. If Godot would have ran it, would have been probably could have been out over at second, but the out made either way. As now, Vidado steps back into the box. That one just on the outside corner for a strike.
This is actually the matchup you want to see. Vidado
already has 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and a walk. As this one, ground ball.
Double play
Could
ball.
be 2. Got the first and couldn't make the throw. Couldn't convert it, but did get an out either way at second.
So that was a double assignment for the first baseman. He had to make the stretch first and the dig. It's already tough when you've already put yourself in that position, spread your legs out, you've limited your range of motion, and then the ball thrown is even a little bit slightly worse than you expected. But I'm proud of him for keeping it in front of him, because that batter could be running to second base now.
And the good news is, got the lead runner, the force out over at second to suppress the bleeding. Now with 2 gone, now you have to just deal with a runner on first. The opening pitch of the at-bat, bottom corner, strike 1 to Castillo.
As infielders, now you can relax and just play.
Take a bit of a breather here.
Yeah, plays the first base like normal, typical practice, if you will.
Within dime seconds of the pitch clock. At 5. Carlton lets it fly. High fly ball over the shortstop's head. Gets into left center. Lead runner halts at third, and now that'll leave runners on the corners with 2 gone.
First and third situation for Prairie View up here. Now it's time to focus and go to the batter. You don't have to worry about chaos ball in this situation because there's 2 outs.
Well, you never know. We've already seen a lot in this one. We've seen a lot of chaos ball from TSU already. We've seen typically if they have the runner on third, their lead sometimes has them almost a third of the way up the third base line on the way to home. So that could definitely cause a little bit of mental trouble for any pitcher in that situation. Carlton, 2 gone, runners on the corners. First pitch of the at-bat. It's cracked, straight to first, and that will retire the side. How about that? Minimal damage as the score still in the hands of TSU. The Tigers up 17-3. Back in 1 minute from the ASN family platforms. This is SWAC Basketball.
On behalf of our faculty, staff, students, and alumni, welcome to the Texas Southern University, the heart and soul of Houston. Go Tigers!
Founded in 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
New pitcher, Saw the hill for Texas Southern. Looks like that's going to be number 10, Isaac Garcia, the junior righty, will be coming in after Castro's 4 innings. Gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging, and a double after facing 22 batters. Justin, Castro's afternoon is over. Now both of our starting pitchers are out. How would you assess Castro's performance after 4 full innings of work?
Battling with success. The guy was losing his control as early as the second. Coach had faith in him. He had faith with his catcher, and they just worked it out together. Setups, location, and he stayed around. But Prairie View started catching up to him.
Indeed, they did.
If he pitched another inning, we would probably see another clutch comeback from Prairie View. But now their work is up for them, and it's going to be pretty hard. But I know they can still do it. I've seen this team come back from worse.
That's who their leadoff batter, Michael Smith, who has had a fantastic day. Norris will step back into the box, donning the number 24. Morris, the outfielder, junior, bats and throws righty. No infield or outfield changes defensively for TSU. Garcia, the only change. As Garcia gets a couple of quick words from his catcher.
We talk about Godot's eye and the way he loves to sit in the batter's box, but that's what you expect from your catcher. I remember Pudge Rodriguez used to just sit there and wait on the outside pitch to send it up in the stands. Your catchers are usually going to have one of your best eye between him and the lead man.
Garcia's first batter begins with a low in the zone pitch for strike one. That one, strike two yet again. Garcia just subbing in. He's already cooking pretty early with the pitchers. Count 0-2.
But Mr. Norris likes to shop. He likes to wait on his pitch.
Got him! Looking strike three.
Did a little bit too much shopping with that one. He was waiting on his pitch. Garcia's already given us some low strikes, so you just got to get your bat on it.
It seems like home plate umpire Steve Pulbrooks has been more allowing of painting by both of the pitchers here.
Yes.
Beginning of the game, some of those outside pitches might not have batted an eye for him. As that one in for strike one. Stepping into the batter's box for PV, going to be Benjamin Ibarra. Ibarra, 2 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 run batted in. That one in there for strike two.
So it is official. The strike zone is a lot lower than where it started at the beginning of this game. Now it's time to adjust.
The payoff pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. Throw it to first into the hand of Castillo for out number 2. Stepping in now is going to be the shortstop. That's Lee Allen. Allen stepping up to a little Kanye West with 2 gone. Can't complain too much there.
Not at all. The motivational music.
First pitch.
I think it's official where the strike zone is now. We can stop shopping and start chopping.
Well, I don't like shopping, to be fair. Not the biggest shopper in the world. That one low for strike two. Majority of the pitches that Garcia has thrown have all been strikes. Now 0-2 with 2 gone, bases empty. The payoff pitch. Ground ball, second baseman yet again. It's corralled, strike to first. Castillo is there for out number 3. Garcia comes in for relief, sits them all down, 1-2-3, and that will retire the side. Back in 1 minute. Score still remains 17-3 from the ASN family of platforms. This is College Baseball on ASN2.
In 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
College baseball continuing here on the campus of Prairie View A&M. Go online to antlersn.com/home to check out all the sports that the ASN covers. Get updated standings, statistics across the NAI, NCAA, and more, all on AntlerSN.com. Jared Jones, Justin Jackson, our executive producer here in the broadcast booth with us. In a game that we have definitely seen the tides change, not only in terms of the score sheet, in terms of the bats, but Justin, something that you brought up multiple times, the way pitchers have adjusted, especially in relief. We saw Garcia step in for TSU, retire the side. We've seen Tyson Carlton step in for Prairie View and put in some great work on the hill as well. Is now stepping in for TSU will be Mr. Jaden Jones.
Yes, sir. And Jaden Jones, as we said, loves to be way at the back of the batter's box.
Big chop swing and miss from Jones for strike one.
Off-speed pitch. Jones was well ahead of that one. Didn't expect a changeup for the first pitch.
Sitting on a fastball instead of sitting on an 0-1 count. That one
Heated him back up.
let that one bit hanging on the off speed of the first baseman. Great catch along the edge of the bullpen for out number one. Great hustle. And an even better catch. The infield hustle yet again showing for the Panthers. Marshall Jones again getting it done. That's the second time we've seen him go for a risky, Marshall Jonas, second time we've seen him go for a risky play in foul territory. He finally gets that one in.
First baseman is a hustler. He's going to go after the ball.
Great pitch, Grace in the outside for strike one. Check swing. Still on the outside corner for a strike. That makes it 0-2. The payoff pitch right on the corner. Tried to frame it. Couldn't get it in there quick enough, and now that brings up 1-2.
I feel like the umpire, he was thinking about it like he wanted. No, can't call it.
Chopped foul as Burns, the second, continues to bat. Only at-bat will stay alive for the time being. 14 hits for TSU, 7 for Prairie View, 1 error for the Tigers, 3 for the Panthers. Carlton kicks and deals. Off speed, a bit low for ball 2, and that'll even the count at 2 apiece.
I like the way Carlton has made a decision. He's not going with a lot of movement. He's going to slow you up or speed you up or slow you down.
The even count, the 2-2 throw. Burns fouls it off down the first base line into foul territory dirt.
Carlton came up with some speed on that pitch, and Burns had to throw his hands at it and see what he could get.
Even on his off speed, we've seen him use different velocities. Even though it still has the same movement, the speed looks like it's keeping Burns on his toes. The 2-2. Fouled straight back this time.
Barely got around that time. Prairie View's pitcher's looking like he's adding a little bit, notches to the speed every throw. Burns has his stance closed. He's trying to push it down the first baseline.
Carlton, the payoff pitch outside for ball 3, bringing the count full. Pretty lengthy at bat. The 10th batter that Carlton has faced in his outing. Very interesting at bat here. Let's see what Carlson will bring out of the bag here. The 3-2. High fly ball into center field. Center fielder tracking back. Closes in on it now. Makes the grab for the second out of the inning.
There we go. Center fielder did a great job with that ball moving. It started dead center. Just got pushed over by the wind. This 290 win, I tell you, it's memorable for me.
Well, we see the flags right in dead center, about 420 feet away from us straight away. Those flags, they are moving. The dimensions here, 330 to the corners, 405 to dead center. As we have a new batter in Fort Texas Southern, it's going to be Rafael Gross, the junior outfielder. Will he stepping in first at-bat of the game to do battle against Carlton. Carlton winds and deals, chops at that one for strike one.
He tricked him. He gave him that high knee like he was giving him a fastball and just lobbed it over. Nice off-speed pitch.
The 0-1 deal. Outside, and that'll even the count at 1-1.
And this is proving right now, sometimes you don't need a lot of pitches in your bag. Location, change of speeds, accuracy.
Gross checking in for Frederick, who had 2 at-bats. That's in for a strike. Frederick with 2 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And now Gross is facing 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing, no swing. Got him looking for the strikeout.
Bringing the heater. He wouldn't have had a chance if he swung anyway. That ball was fast. I'm very anxious to see the miles per hour on that one.
Carrollton, great inning of work, retiring the side. TSU still up 17-3 from the ASN family of platforms. This is college baseball on ASN2. New inning beginning here in Prairie View, Texas. Garcia still on the hill after a fantastic half inning of work after checking in for relief for Castro. Now down early in the count. It is a high fly ball. Second baseman couldn't leap and get it. And now for Paul Castro, he gets on first with a nice piece of hitting. Second baseman tried to time it, didn't get high enough, and a leadoff single for the Panthers.
There's that catcher's common thread between having a good eye and choosing what you swing at.
With a runner on second for Garcia to deal with now. Line drive up the middle. Could be a double play ball. Gets the first out. Second out is made at first in time as Davia couldn't get the wheels turning quick enough. And now what could have been the start of a rally turns into a quick double play. Garcia continuing to mow him down since checking in for relief for Texas Southern.
As you can see, TSU had stepped in right for the double play. They made the adjustment early, and that's what you're playing for. You don't adjust for no reason. It's great to see both defenses stepping up.
Michael Smith, the offensive juggernaut, stepping in to do battle against Garcia here. This is probably my favorite matchup to see. Garcia checking in early, got things going quickly on the hill. Smith, arguably the most consistent hitter for this PV team, takes that one outside for a ball with 2 outs. It's 2-0 the count here to Smith. Nobody on, 2 gone, inside of the dime seconds of the pitch clock. That one looking for a strike, bringing up 2-1.
Smith being very patient again. You know he's not going to swing for too low things.
Garcia kicks and deals, swing and a miss for strike 2.
The bottom fell out. A little sinker. Garcia barely got over the plate. Didn't expect that at all. He masked it to look like his fastball. I love that delivery. The sinker and the fastball comes right off the arm the same direction.
Late break as Garcia's hat comes off, and we see the leaves right behind home plate here seem to shuffle just a tad bit more. The wind is already high. Looks like it's getting even higher now with a full count for Garcia.
Definitely. You can see the flags bouncing around, haven't even chosen a direction to flow.
Full count deal. Smith ground ball to the third baseman. It is a fair ball. Can Smith run it out? Waiting on the call. Got him to retire the side. I'm not too sure. I think Smith might have got there quick enough, but either way, that will conclude the inning. TSU continuing to pull away. 17-3, our score. Back in 1 minute from the ASN family of platforms. This is college basketball or college baseball on ASN2. Football season is almost here on the Antler Sports Network. You can check out an updated broadcast schedule, statistics, rankings for the NCAA, NAIA, and more all in one place. Go to Antler Sports Network's website, powered by East Texas Benefits at antlersn.com. Go to the top main menu, pick your sport. There's broadcast schedules, news, and more. One of the dominating headlines, at least in East Texas, over the past week was Jacksonville College announcing they have suspended their men's and women's basketball program. I had the opportunity to speak with President Erickson from Jacksonville College as well as Athletic Director Danny Long in an exclusive interview. You can find that article, our conversation, and much more online on the East Texas Benefits ASN Newswire at antlersn.com/news. We head to the top of the 7. Jared Jones, Justin Jackson. As we are set once again. Tyson Carlton still on the mound for Prairie View. Opening pitch of the inning, right at the knees. Ducking out of the way outside for ball one.
If that wasn't the high 80s or low 90s, this guy's throwing harder and harder every inning.
Seems like both of the pitchers that are currently in for both teams, it's like a fine wine. The farther into their outings they get, the better they seem to be, not just with velocity, but with location as well. The 0-1 pitch, well, the 1-0 pitch now turns into 2-0 for a ball. Shannon Martin stepping in. 2 at-bats, 1 run, and a walk to show for his afternoon. That one just on the outside for a strike. And now we seem to have a lot more consistency on those outside pitches. Those are always tough to gauge, but it seems like teams are getting more streamlined. This 2-1 pitch, high fly ball into shallow center. Center fielder gets under it and corrals it for the first out.
He is throwing one of the fastest curveballs I have ever seen. It's not giving it a chance for the batter to identify it as it comes in.
That curveball has a lot of movement to it. I can guarantee you that.
And then he throws it overhand. So now, at the last minute, the ball moves on you. You don't see the spin of it.
So now Godot steps back in. First pitch outside. There's that outside strike yet again. Making it 0-1 to Godot. And Justin, as you brought up earlier, this is definitely a matchup that we want to see, at least in terms of where the strike zone is. That one gets loose from Carlton. Castro taking a second to get back up to corral himself.
So one thing about playing on turf, these bounces are less predictable. Catcher was in the right position, but it just went over his shoulder.
Carlton confirms, locks it in, 1-1 kick and deal. Hit high on that one, 2-1.
Once again, catcher showing off his agility to get that ball. If he hadn't caught that, the umpire would have been eating that.
Carlton, curveball, might have hung that one, but instead it'll be just an easy pop fly for the third baseman. Corrals it right in front of the bag for out number 2.
And I'm sorry to smile so big, but I've really wanted to see the Godot get the good old out. So sit down, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, as they say. Now stepping in for the Tigers, going to be Jesse Herrera III. Herrera, bats lefty, throws righty, listed as a utility player, the junior. That first pitch, right at the ankle, looks like they're going to say he got nailed, and yes, he did, and Herrera will take his base. Runner on first now. Now with Noah Butler stepping in for TSU.
Tell you what, taking a fastball from this pitcher on the back of the leg is not an ideal feeling.
Looks like we have a new batter in for TSU. It's going to be Noah Butler who will be stepping in. Runner on first. 2 gone. Check swing. Outside for a strike. And you can hear the dismay of the TSU fans here right below us. Not too happy with that call, Justin Jackson.
That's just because a lot of TSU fans don't really watch the game as close. This pitcher has thrown an outside strike first pitch for the last 9 first pitches.
And that one outside yet again for strike 2. 0-2 count, 2 gone.
Sorry, TSU fans, but you guys know y'all enjoy each other's company a lot more than a game sometime.
Umpires pause here. Batter steps back into the box. Butler, right-handed thrower and batter. The junior plays in the infield. Carlton, 5 seconds to let it fly. Corrals kicks. Line drive right to the third baseman. Palms it, throws across the diamond. Got him at first to retire the side. Carlton, another great inning of work to get out of the inning. Prairie View A&M putting together some fantastic innings pitching-wise. Score still remains 17-3. Back in 1 minute from the ASN family of platforms. This is college baseball on ASN2.
In 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has produced some of the most iconic names in sports. Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State, Prairie View A&M, Southern, Texas Southern, and the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff have united to embark on a new era of greatness. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, building champions for life.
At Prairie View A&M University, we've been igniting passion in students for more than 140 years. It's about inspiration. It's about global influence. It's about self-expression and individuality. It's about trailblazing a path of excellence. It's about engaging in the greater community. Above all, it's about helping you realize your dreams. Ignite your passion. Experience Prairie View A&M University.
Bottom 7th here at Prairie View. College baseball on ASN2. You can find all the previous broadcasts on our YouTube pages and also online at antlersn.com/watch. powered by the Hispanic Texas High School Football Coaches Association. Speaking of the association, can't wait for high school football season. Justin Jackson, know you're very familiar with a lot of high school football in this area. You got to be excited to head back to the gridiron for the 24-25 season.
Well, you brought up high school football, and the rumor mill is there's a DeSoto, Georgia game coming up soon.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's go ahead and spoil our Week 1 game. To begin this season, we'll have 2 games. On Friday night on August the 30th, we'll head to the home of the Dragons as Nacogdoches hosts Palestine in the East Texas season opener. Kickoff from Dragon Stadium at 7:30. And then the very next day, right now, the estimated time kickoff is at 5 p.m. The Creekside Indians, the runners-up in the Georgia 5A State Championship, will take on the Texas State champion DeSoto Eagles.
And you can catch that live on ASN.
Looks like a new pitcher in for Texas Southern. It's going to be Joseph Villarreal, the junior lefty, and to do a little bit of work. The 1-0 pitch, low and outside for ball 2.
Now, Mr. Wise is looking to get on base here. He's actually a really good line drive hitter. Hopefully we can find that hole over there behind the third baseman, in between third baseman and shortstop.
Wise takes that pitch low, right on the low, inside corner for a strike. 2-1 the count. The 2-1. Line drive back to the pitcher. Great strike to corral it. Throw to first in time. That is the second miraculous fielding play by a pitcher we've seen. One for both teams today.
Yes, sir. He had to jump up really quick. Got it off his feet. The agility of this age group, should I say. I miss that. I miss being around that age. You could just take a hit, jump up as fast as you want to, jump down on anything you want to. But great job by the pitcher. Great reactions, especially coming out of his follow-through to get up in the air.
Villarreal gets out number 1. That pitch outside corner for strike 1 to Michael Burrows. 2 at-bats, a hit, a run, and a 2-bagger to his credit for today's game. The 0-1 deal. Off speed. Foul tip for strike 2.
So we like to call these left-handed pitchers like this the robot form. He takes a step and every movement is a pause right before he fires. It throws off the timing of the batter, but
crack line drive into the gap in left center.
Great hit.
That could be the spark that Prairie View's bats needed with a man on first now.
26, Marshall Jonas.
Marshall Jonas stepping into the box. 3 at-bats, 2 hits, a run, and an RBI. So fair to say, he's been pretty good today with runners on base.
Yes, sir, and it's time to reach for that clutch gene, if you will. What Prairie View is being known for this season.
It'll be a quick pickoff. Got him at first. Oh, not 100% sure as we check the instant replay here. Thankfully, we have the beauty of slow motion. As Villarreal corralled it, took a long look over. Justin, I'm not too sure.
Well, I can't comment on the tag, okay? You've already known I've been hard on the umpires and refs. That's been my trademark thing. But I will say the pickoff move was pretty good. He kicked his leg up higher than normal, and he looks off the runner. So once he looked at the catcher's mitt, the runner relaxed a little bit.
First pitch was in for a strike. Second pitch of the at-bat outside, well outside for a ball, and that'll even the count at 1 apiece. As Jonas still looking to battle here. Very important inning for Prairie View. Have to get a run on the board to stay alive. Swing and a miss on that one. Now count goes to 1-2.
Like I said, this pitcher has the start-stop motion, which gives you just a little, it messes with your timing just a little bit.
Ground ball to the third base side. Throw across the diamond, and that will do it. Our final from Prairie View A&M.
Your final score.
17 to Texas Southern. Prairie View A&M 3. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up from H-Town, from the ASN Plan Media platforms. This is college baseball.
Everything. At Pelche Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quit.
Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply offers a complete approach to health and healing, providing prescriptions and medical supplies from one team who understands you and your lifestyle needs. Professional friendly service, providing the best care possible. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply introduces the U-Step Laser Walker, providing Parkinson patients new freedom. A laser line visually prompts each step, so you walk normally and stay in control, preventing rollaways. Now available at Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply.
We're more than just a title company. We're your partners in securing your real estate dreams. Right in the heart of downtown Athens, our dedicated team guides you through every step of the title process. When you've found your dream home and you're ready to take the next step, that's where we come in. We've helped countless in Henderson County and surrounding areas, and we treat every single one of them like family. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a first-time buyer, your trust is our commitment. We're Tinsley Title, your partner every step of the way.
Could you announce the name of the business on this sheet?
Name of the business?
Yosemite?
Yosemite Roofing.
Or Yosme?
Yosemite Roofing?
Yosemite.
Hey guys, it's Josiah with Yosemite Roofing, and we don't care what you call us, as long as you call us.
Here to shut her down here on the campus of Prairie View A&M. It was a game of many stories, of many figures. And speaking of those figures, Jared Jones here with Justin Jackson here at the final. Justin, what are some of the stats or some of the players that you want to highlight as we close out this TSU 17-3 victory on the road?
For TSU, the first baseman, Mr. Castillo, 5 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 4 hits, 5 RBIs. And as you mentioned, he had a couple of great defensive plays.
There's a lot of defensive plays on both sides of the ball. We saw pitchers stabbing down comebackers in midair. We've seen plays made on the warning track right in front of the opposing dugout. We have pretty much seen it all. But to me, I got to be honest, the scoreboard does not tell the tale. It was one little run earlier in the game that got Texas Southern this lead. It all started from a bases-loaded rally. But other than that, Prairie View had great relief pitching.
Yes,
to
sir.
me, I believe it was the top of the 4th, if that half inning changed in any way, shape, or form, we would have a completely different ball game, because Carlton came in relief for Prairie View and was throwing absolute smoke. He had the off-speed going. He had his outside pitches hitting where they needed to hit. It was a fantastic outing on the hill for him, just too little too late for Prairie View.
Yeah, too little too late. And the other thing is TSU came in with their strategy. They tried it yesterday. It didn't really work for them. They got out ahead, but Prairie View had some clutch genes and some big hitters on that roster. Today, they stuck to the game plan. Get a guy on the base. Let's bunt him over. Let's play chaos ball at times. Try to steal. Try to get some bad throws going. And it played right into their strategy. That is their game. I mean, honestly, that was the strategy when the coach was the head coach here at Prairie View at the same way.
Well, it was a fantastic game. It was a very entertaining game from both sides. Justin Jackson, as always, and it's a pleasure to have you, our executive producer, in the booth. We'll close things out here on ASN2. I'd like to thank our entire Antler Sports Network crew, including our executive producer / color commentator and analyst for today, our own Justin Jackson, head writer Nick Jordan, our other assistants, Matthew Hermans, Nathan Kinney, Hunter Taylor, Danny Wimpy, and the entire ASN crew, along with Zach Abercrombie. Justin, any people that you'd like to thank?
Oh, definitely. I want to give a shout out to Texas Southern University's SID, Mr. Ryan McGinty, and the best SID in the business, Miss Thurston, right here at Prairie View A&M University. Also, I want to give a good shout out to Dr. Timothy Zachary. Thank you, Dr. Zachary, for continuing the legacy of the Marching Storm. And that is all for me on today.
Well, Justin, of course, thank you for joining us for this afternoon's game. I want to thank both schools as well as the SWAC. Well, one more person that you want to give a shout out to?
Yes. We also would like to give one big shout out to Mr. Anton Goff, as well as the AD here at at Prairie View A&M University, and the AD there at Texas Southern. Thank you guys for having us out today. Thank you guys for helping us with the dual cast. One more time, back to you, Jared.
Well, let's shut her down. For the fantastic Antler Sports Network crew, the teams here at Prairie View and Texas Southern, once again, our final, TSU 17, Prairie View A&M 3. Next week, it's high school baseball. Back in the Rose City of Tyler, Texas. It's Rockwall Heath and Tyler Legacy on the 28th. First pitch from Christian Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field at 7 p.m. Central on ASN1. Until then, so long, everybody.